fans of Pages? You are? You? Have you become a fan of any page? Anyone else here?
Just one question. You are showing a page for movie. At the same time, you are showed a fan page for IT and Golang.
Correct. The question is like, when it is to sell content, even if you're creating a fan page, you know that it's creating awareness for this movie. But when you create a fan page for, let's say, a financial services brand or some ICICI, how do you actually link it with the main objective of that company? I know it's good, you know, your passion in life or something like that, it's a great property. But many of the people who will actually come on this page may not be your real buyers. Yeah. So what, two things. If you want to do social media, don't look at it only from a buyer point of view. Because when you do ATL, everybody watches it. I understand. But what I'm saying is that, as you said, that people on Facebook are pretty younger. But a financial services guy, like, I'm just wondering why ICICI Golang is doing it. I'll tell you why. Because when you saw that 4744, 80% of them were from the age group of 28 to 40. It's what they told us. That was the figure. So those both, if there was a youth program, out of the 40 was a fans program. So the point is that yes, numbers will matter every day, the quality of the numbers will matter. So here it is 4,744 because we are restricting it to a particular age group. So we want people from that age group to come, and hence we are seeing it only at those places. If we ever do a limited display ad, that also is demographic targeting. There is a need. We've not done it so far, but if we have a need. So on Facebook, even if I want to show you, this is what I want to actually show you. There's an advertising opportunity as well. On the side, we have these 3 ads over here. And these can be demographically targeted as well. So if you want to only show it to a particular demographic, male, female, age group, you can also in fact add intent to it. Obviously your number of impressions would be way more lower, but you can say that I want to target people who is interested in photography. You know, or I want to target people whose interests are in, I know the anal say that my interest in insurance, but interest of maybe monopoly. So I mean things like that. So you can do intent-based advertising, you know, demographic advertising, and it can really be a great place to get some seed people onto your pages. So, see, having said that, you told why who's doing this, but if active is a Facebook, there's a Twitter, there's a blog, active is actually a social media program. And living your passion is something of a property that they actually want to own. Okay, the thing is that it's not only a social activity. In fact, a lot of what we suggest is that you should integrate your entire social activity into your complete ATL campaign. A lot of times you've seen companies consider internet to be ATL and use it for lead generation purposes or just traffic to the microsite or whatever. But really social media is in that ATL space. It has to be consistent with what your brand speaks as the message, your brand message has to be what you do on social media. There cannot be a disconnect.
If I go on Facebook, how will I get exposed to this particular?
If I get onto Facebook as a normal user, how would I get exposed to any of these campaigns, either Living Your Passion or the LSD? I mean, because is it to do with does it match my profile when I open the account?
So I'll answer this question. It's basically it's a viral skill set. Okay, so if your social circle is somewhere into this thing, then you will see it. Okay, virally. So I mean, if your friend is a fan of Divakar Banerjee, he became a fan of Rosina Dutta, you will get it on your feed. Because when he becomes a fan, you get a feed saying that, you know, Gautam is now a fan of Dasik.